Hi, my name's Ken Harvey, and I'm a chef at Loews Vantana Canyon in Tucson, Arizona.
Hi, my name is Chris Castro. I'm the chef of the Canal Club at the Scott Resort.
My name is Gonzalez. I'm the chef de cuisine here at Central Taqueria.
My name is Christopher Brugman. I'm the executive chef of Harvest at Castle Hot Springs.
So when I originally tried to get on Chopped, it was probably 5 or 6 years ago. A few years after my original application, it was repooled, reselected.
It took me a couple shots because I remember applying every year for the past 5 years.
The process is pretty grueling. I mean, I went through it a couple years before I actually got chosen.
It was basically kind of right after we opened Mountain Shadows, kind of pivoting to doing the show. It was going to be a challenge, I think.
The biggest worry I had going in was really just the fear of the unknown. It's kind of like the first day of school. You get excited, you wake up early, too early.
Number one, I didn't sleep the night before because I was just riled up and amped up and just wanted to go and do it. I didn't get any sleep, so by the time I went to the studio to film, I was so tired I couldn't even think. Every chef's lying if they don't think that the time's a concern. I mean, who cooks meals that fast when you don't even know the ingredients are every day? Nobody does.
This is probably one of the most popular TV shows on TV, and trying to figure out a way to not, make a fool of yourself was probably like the first thing on my mind. You have no idea what's going on, you have no idea who you're gonna meet, and so you kind of get there and you see chefs kind of trickle in and you're like, oh hey, are you here for Chop? And they're like, yeah. So you have this kind of awkward small talk at like 5:30 in the morning.
And little do you know, and 22 hours later, you're gonna be best friends with all these people. The beautiful thing about cooking is that cooking is universal. It doesn't matter what language you speak or where you're from. So there's an immediate connection with competitors.
Once the clock starts, it's go time, and there's probably 40 cameras on you at once.
The hardest or more surprising part of cooking in Chop is being around all the producers, being around a bunch of cameras all the time.
It's really set up in a staged auditorium. Most unreal thing that you could imagine is turning a corner and getting a blank ply wall and turning the corner, and now you have a beautiful kitchen.
Like, a big secret to me is, like, you think as a person watching it, outside person watching it that doesn't know anything about the show, you have more than one take where you're opening your basket, so you kind of get like a little pre like, okay, I can kind of already start to develop what I'm going to do before we actually go.
I had no way on how to show my feelings. I didn't want to cry in front of the camera, but I've never won anything. To me, it's a very big accomplishment coming from a very small town where I grew up and there's nothing, and pursuing what I really like and winning was very, very something that I've never felt before.
As a result of the show and me going on it, the team's super pumped up and engaged. I looked at it, for one purpose, and that was to give things back to Tucson and the community. 14 years ago, Tucson was a small town with minimal resorts, and through the last 14 years, it's really grown and developed through great chefs.
Since the show, I've had a lot of people that follow me in social media. Every single day I have my phone boosted up to a bunch of messages. It runs out of battery all the time.
Being on the show, it really kind of opened up a lot of doors for me and kind of put me on the map, and right away turning around and coming up to Castle Hot Springs and literally doing the exact same thing. Opening 2 hotels in 2 years is not what I anticipated doing in my life, but it's honestly, I can't think of anything else I'd rather do. It's, selling our house and kind of moving and up, like rooting our life, and moving into this remote location was a huge leap of faith, to be honest with you. And it hasn't been an easy one. Coming to Castle Hot Springs and opening up another, historic hotel, having this place open in 1896, burned down, and then having it being resurrected.
There's a lot of great chefs out here that don't have a name for themselves, that are trying to get their name there. I've always been under the radar, just doing my thing and just trying to steadily get there. I'm not a big flashy, person, but I know what I can do in the kitchen. I know what I bring to the culinary industry, so I'm definitely a big part of that movement and will continue to be a part of it.
There is so much talent in this city, and it's just kind of budding at the surface right now. Having all these chefs being on the show and getting us this national exposure has been, nothing short of amazing.